any second here.
Welcome to Continue Mission Radio with Captain James McCormick. By veterans, for veterans. Guest hosts tonight are author Greg Meekin and Miss Val, our military radio gal. Continue Mission starts now.
You got me headed to the left, headed to the right, headed back and forth, but baby, it's alright. You got me going to the east, going to the west, going up and down, cause baby, you know best. All day, all night, running around, I'm never gonna stop because you never settle down. Got me shooting into space, flying at the sun. I'm never coming back because baby, you're
Welcome to another rapid deployment of Continue Mission on the Veteran Channel. Today is Tuesday, April 28th, 2026, and this show is coming to you from my kitchen table with the one, the only, the Iceman, Greg Meekin. Today's special guest is State Senator Tom Willis of West Virginia. I can't wait to hear what he has to share today. So let's light the fuse. Buckle up, everyone. Greg Meekin, what is on your heart today?
Wow, Val Olson. That's spelled O-L-S-O-N. And you are known as Miss Val, our military radio gal. Once again, we're here. Val, you're going to have to slow me down today. We got a lot going on. But it is actually cool. It's so cool to be back here once again. It's another Continue Mission broadcast on the Veteran Channel. And what's on my heart today, amongst other things, just do two things right now. Number one is fear. Your fear. It's become really clear to me that I and everybody I know has fear and fears. And the best thing I ever learned, and I'm talking right up to this day, right, Val? But the best thing I ever learned was 4 years ago at a campfire chat with Sheriff Mark Lamb, where we interviewed him and we talked about that because his motto is, right, fear not, do right.
Yeah.
Fear not, do right. That's what he teaches all his deputies. And it just always occurs to me what I hear him saying, where he says, we deal with fear every day. He's in law enforcement. God bless all you guys on the front lines. He says, we get fear every day. And he says, what I do is I lean into my fear. Lean into it. Don't let it own you. Because very often you find out when you lean into it, it goes away. Oh my goodness.
That's good. You are on fire this morning. I mean, that's not a little thing to unpack.
No.
Because fear will control you otherwise. So, you really have to face it and manage it,
Yeah.
hunt it down, stare it down, and just build around it. That's what I do. And it seems to help. But a shout out, I have to say, big shout out to all of our vets today, to our active military right now. Wow, we love you guys, and we want to support you in every way we can, and that is finding good people who stand in the gap. And I'm excited just to learn more about Tom Willis's campaign today. I took a look, I did my homework, and I am so impressed. I am so impressed. So, I will get more into it, but what a great example of just that, a true American spirit. He is a hero, and I can't wait to just hear how he does it, what his life is like, more behind the scenes. I do want to get into policies that he's standing for today, because this is kind of, I feel it's not just political. It's actually more how to live your life. You're going to connect with it at a real level. Cut the BS, cut the big words, cut the word salad, and just who is this guy? What does he stand for? What is he going to do? What is his plan? So I'm excited to have him join us later today.
One thing, if another thing on my heart is elections, because I've been doing so much homework on elections the last 48 hours. Elections right now, they don't just matter. They don't just matter. They're existential tipping points for our country and our way of life. Starting in 2016 through 2020, through 2024, and here we go. We've got a big round of elections coming up. We'll talk about that in West Virginia. We've got the 2026 midterms. We've got the 2028 presidential. And no matter what, and I won't belabor it, all you got to do is watch the news every day. This is a tipping point for the country, 2026, starting with 2026 midterms. This is a tipping point, but I believe glass is half full. The cavalry is on its way. For almost 4 years, Val, you and I have been broadcasting and really promoting it's not a red wave, it's a wave, it's a tsunami for good, for 1950s handshake world, combined with the blessings of technology.
Yes.
So we're
Can I share something real quick? Because we touched on fear. And I want to address an elephant in the room, because this is amongst patriotic circles that I have heard, is this fear, obviously, for the president. And, he is in a role that is massive. And given that he was shot at the other night at the correspondence dinner, a lot of fear can come over people. But I just want to say that my way of looking at this into the future is, don't look at it as one president and everything hinges on if something happens to him. Learn to wield that brand and standard of who he is, and understand that he is the tip of the arrow, but that arrow is very dimensional. And it's important to look at its size, shape, and scope. And it's important that we move more into responsibility and recognize the president is one man. But we fit into this. Good elected politicians fit into this, but we have to manage our votes. And that comes with being an adult. And I noticed this in Canada, where it was flattering when I received messages from very, smart, intelligent people that would say, Val, can you just send me your vote list, your recommendation list? And so I would do this and take the time. And I realized I wasn't helping a situation by doing other people's homework, that they needed to do their own homework. And I could come alongside and say, these are key points. This is why I'm supporting these individuals. But you have to manage your own vote, your own life. And by doing that, you're going to have the fruits of it on the back end. You're going to have be informed, plugged in, so it's kind of part of growing up. We can't just put it all on one man and expect him to do everything. We have to do our parts.
With that thought in mind, you're talking about it's a team. We're all a team.
Yes.
We're protecting we're on a home front unto ourselves. And that's what this show is going to be all about, because I'll tell you what, Tom Willis, I knew I was going to say it, Tom Willis, state senator, West Virginia. We're going to be learning a lot about him. And as I say, hand in hand with this wave, Val, this wave for good, wave for tradition, not disrespect, but towards tradition, protecting our own culture and values, and passing that on to younger generations. We've been talking about this stuff for really 4 years now. It's so fun to come to really a much more national stage, having the senator on today and stuff. But I have so much content for him. I've done my homework. The real blessing about publishing and broadcasting is the homework that you do.
Yes.
Because I could just move on from life knowing everything I've researched about this gentleman in West Virginia, This is going to be all about West Virginia today, by the way, Val, if anyone didn't know. Woke up this morning, I heard John Denver in my head for some reason.
I was just hearing that too. That's funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
isn't that weird? You know, country roads take me home. And I can at any time right now, and I listened to that song right back in the 70s when it came out, but I can still put on the headphones right now and start to get weepy, you know. And I've learned a lot about West Virginia. I've known a lot of those guys over the years, but learned a lot about it in the past, 48 hours or so. You know, there's less than 2 million people there, 1.8 million people. And did you know, Val, get this, there are over 100,000 military veterans in West Virginia. So those are the guys I'm going to talk to you today. Of you 100 grand guys, let's get you guys to the polls for the primary on the 12th of May, and obviously November 3rd, 2026. So I'll be voting for the Tom Willises of the world across the board. I see. Is Tom coming in the backstage here, Val?
Not yet. He is not here yet. But I think he has our show link. But let's talk about West Virginia, because there is a unique feeling there. The last time I was there was at President Trump's inauguration. I made the trek to DC. And I felt it has a special spark, and you can feel a patriotic something. It's like it's in the air, it's in the sky. It is very, very, very special, very unique. But because there is so many vets there, that would make sense. It's that safety, protection. When I think of our vets and their service, they took an oath, and they took that oath for life. And I think that's important to recognize, is that's their spirit. The war is never over. It really isn't. Every day we are fighting and we're battling things, sometimes personally, sometimes domestically, foreign, but every day is a battle. And it comes back to our own headspace always. Like, if you don't manage yourself first, you cannot manage anything outside of that. So our vets and what they go through, we have to be aware of that and always be asking, they've given the ultimate cost of laying their lives down, willing to serve and protect like they do. What are we doing to mirror that back? Are we supporting in ways that we need to be? So mental health is a big one, huge one.
Big time. We've talked about that a lot. I keep saying in the last 4 years, but a lot, and what's going on with the VA and all that stuff, PTS. But can you double check? Can you resend Tom a link? I'm not sure. I see him in the comments here that he needs a link, but because we'll bring him on. And if you want, Val, if you want to go single screen with me for now, I'm going to just kind of introduce kind of what we're going to be talking about with Tom and stuff today. So go ahead. This is going to be a great show. We're interviewing Tom Willis. He's state senator of West Virginia. He is currently running in the Republican primary in West Virginia. That will be May the 12th. May the 12th. Assuming he succeeds, which we pray he will be running for the United States Senate of West Virginia. So we might have a fun situation where we have Sheriff Mark Lamb and Tom Willis being colleagues in Washington, D.C. I'm so excited to bring him up, because obviously this is the veteran channel where we're all about veterans, which means obviously our military veterans, including enlisted, our first responders, our border guys, our law enforcement. We're all one team. And so this is very, very much in theme of that, where we have Tom Willis, who is he's currently a lieutenant colonel in the West Virginia National Guard, former Green Beret, just amazing career. We'll be talking about that a little bit too. Anyone who's a Green Beret, I just say anyone who's a Green Beret is a badass, so I can't like to maybe even hear a story or two from him, but I look forward to that. And I have so much on my list to talk with him about. I had actually a list. I might even change the rules where I go through the list first. And by the way, how are we doing there, Val?
So just a quick update. I've let him know that I have sent it. Check his junk file. And also, I'm going to just send it. I'm going to post it here in the comments. So
Sure.
I will, once he's in, then I can remove it. So
just technology. No worries. I'm going to be going over a number of things with Tom when he comes up. Number one, I really want to get to know him as a person. He has an amazing personal story, Val. Amazing personal story. Has survived a lot of tragedy in his life, but overcome. Here we are running for the state senate of West Virginia. I did want to ask him a question too. It's so funny. I always like to bring up a question that someone's never been asked before, or has some humor. And I wanted to bring up the fact that I'll bet you nobody's asked him before. He was a duck. Tom was a duck. That means a University of Oregon duck. He went there for his JD, I believe. I'll, no matter what, I'll get a laugh out of him, and I'll ask him if he has any duck stories. Oregon Ducks I've loved this team for years. I'm from the Pacific Northwest, so we got Seattle and down in Portland, the Oregon Ducks and stuff, and they're based out of Eugene, Oregon. Trivia of the day is that's where Animal House, the old movie Animal House with the fraternity, it was filmed on the University of Oregon. So there you go. But I will indeed. I'll ask. I'd like to Tom just to introduce himself, talk about his family a little bit. He's got an amazing family. His wife Sarah. Is an angel. And bottom line, we have someone running for the U.S. Senate who really is someone who wants to make a change, and not just in words, in action. I'm amazed at Senator Willis's policies, his list of policies that he just tells you up front, authentically, what he's going to do, his positions on every issue up front, what he's going to do. And again, once again, just having that platform, that persona, that authenticity that a gentleman like this has, it encourages me. It encourages me that the country is going to be led by people like this. And we know many of them, Val. We've interviewed many of them. And you start with the Captain McCormicks of the world, the Captain James McCormicks of the world, this is his network. This is his brainchild. He wants to reach the United States veterans, not just as Vietnam veterans, because he's executive director of the Vietnam Veterans of America, but to literally the millions of veterans that are out there, in not only in the United States but elsewhere. I was blown away to hear that West Virginia has over 100,000, well over 100,000 U.S. military veterans, right up there per capita with any other state. So anyhow, you want to come back up on screen, Val, and give us, it looks like the senator is entering the studio backstage.
Yes,
Val,
he has arrived. So I'm having a little trouble putting myself on stage. So I'm going to have you introduce him, Greg, and I'm going to bring him in.
Senator Tom Willis, bring him on here, Val. Let me talk, and it's not behind his back. I'll tell him talk to him right up here. Can we get him on double screen?
So we are having some technical difficulties bringing him into the room, but I believe his microphone is on. So
hi, Greg. Can you hear me?
Yes,
I
we can
hear you, Senator Tom Willis. We finally chat face to face, as they say.
Absolutely. Good to be with you.
You can hear us okay, and the screen is okay for you on your end. I always love to check logistics. We're gonna have a little slideshow of you a little bit later. But I just wanted to know you're busy guy. You've been in that meet and greet for the last hour and stuff, and I'm sure you have maybe one or two things going on for the rest of the afternoon and the day. I cannot believe how busy you are, Tom. I cannot believe it. So good job. Shout outs to Susan, your coordinator. Did a great job. Really nice working behind the scenes with you folks. So I'm not going to belabor this. I want to bring you on screen and just do the old quick minute or two as far as how's your time constraints going right now. There you are. Look at you, looking great on screen there. Let me just give you the microphone. Just tell everyone who you are and take 3, 4, 5 minutes if you like, Tom. It's great to have you on.
I appreciate it, Greg. I'm honored to be on the show. I know that you and my dear friend James McCormick are close, and so I'm honored to be on a show to talk about veterans. You know, I'm running for U.S. Senate right now. We have the primary. It's coming up fast, May 12th. In fact, early voting starts tomorrow. So it's go time. It's go season, and I think I have 3 events today and 4 media interviews, including yours here. So I'm enjoying it. My favorite thing is to get out and meet the people of West Virginia. I've been serving West Virginia for 26 years now in military uniform. I first joined the West Virginia National Guard back in 2000. And I still remember my recruiter, Joe Willie. We're good friends to this day. And in fact, I'll see him Friday this week over in Preston County. But Joe Willie said back in 2000, he's the recruiter. Remember, he said, "Tom, don't worry. The National Guard, it's weekends. The National Guard has only been mobilized twice in the last 65 years. So don't worry. You come out and have some fun on the weekends. We'll shoot some Army guns, jump out of some airplanes, and then you can go back and have your civilian job." And then, of course, 9/11 happened in 2001. And so I got back from my honeymoon in October of 2001. Just married 1 week, got back. The day we get back, I got a phone call. "We're going to Afghanistan. Pack your bags. Let's go, go, go." And so I've had a very interesting, military career all over the world since then. Serving West Virginia, all over the state on flood duty, and all over the world on counterterrorism, counter ISIS, counter narcotics missions. I'm a state senator in West Virginia. I'm chairman of the Judiciary Committee, and I'm a West Virginia business owner. And my opponent in this U.S. Senate race is Shelley Moore Capito. She's been in D.C. or politics for close to 30 years. And long story short, she's strayed from representing West Virginia values and being available for West Virginia voters. And so as I travel across the state and talk to folks, they agree with me that it's time for a change. And so we're feeling confident about this election and just trying to get the word out about my race.
Well, you're getting the word out. You've done a great job. And my goal here is to get more of the word out between now and the 12th, of course. We got a big date coming up.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it.
And there's so many things, honestly, Tom, that I want to get into. I literally have a list of them because there's so many cool things. I'm almost thinking a second show, but because there's just so much content. What an eclectic, interesting, and salute-worthy life you've had, and you've made a difference. And if there's any message I'd like to get is to we have a very broad audience. We reach. I love reach, not necessarily viral stuff. A million hits on some goofy video about a poodle with dancing, but reach to all 50 states, definitely internationally. And so I would, in this wonderful, blessed time that we have with you, is between now and May 12th. I'm encouraging everybody in West Virginia, and I'm really reaching out to these veterans. There's over 100,000, well over 100,000 military vets in West Virginia. And I'm reaching out to them and saying, elections don't just matter now. They're existential tipping points to our country and our culture right in front of our eyes. Never seen anything like it. So to those 100,000, it's like 103 to 124,000, depending on who you ask. A high per capita state, as you know, is of vets, Tom. And I'm reaching out to those guys and I'm saying, get to the primary on the 12th and vote for Tom Willis. And then on November 3rd, 2026, get to the election and vote not only Tom Willis, but the rest of this awesome ticket that we're going to have. So I didn't think I was going to do that little bit of a monologue, but it's to you guys in West Virginia. I've had West Virginia on my mind. Tom, can you imagine that? I woke up hearing John Denver. Kid you not?
Yep. That's our de facto state anthem.
That's right. I didn't mean to do a little rant there, but I wanted that message especially out to your voters, because we can broadcast all we want. People can do podcasts, whatever, but the call to action is vote on the 12th and vote on November 3rd. Go ahead. Back to you, Senator.
Yeah. You're exactly right, Greg. And if all the veterans, got out and voted, and if they voted for me in this May 12th primary, which I hope they do, we would win. I would win the primary hands down. So I appreciate the call to action. We need it. I agree. Voting in this day and age, it's more important than ever. I mean, the values on the right are just completely antithetical to the values on the left, and so it's not a minor difference in economic policy any longer. It's whether we stand for Judeo-Christian values, or do we stand for socialism and some of these ideologies that we know have failed in different places around the world. And frankly, that's why we put the uniform on originally, was to defend against some of those ideologies. Now we find ourselves having to fight them right here at home. And right now, West Virginia, like you said, we have one of the highest per capita populations of veterans in the country, but 0 veterans in our U.S. Congressional delegation, House or Senate. And so, Lord willing, I'll fix that. And I'd love to be a veteran serving West Virginia from the U.S. Senate.
And West Virginia needs you. West Virginia needs you. There's a whole lot of things. I was so impressed about all of your policies and just your, authentic issues. If someone asks you where you stand on something, you answer, and you stand by your answer. And it's just in a day and age where deception's everything. Fake news is real. You're a breath of fresh air. You're a breath.
I think I lost the audio, Greg. I can't hear you.
Oh, can you hear me now? Testing. Can you hear me now, Tom? Oh, maybe. Hey, maybe someone's messing with the Willis campaign.
Well, we are. Okay, he's back. Can you hear us, Senator? Sometimes if your phone rings, it can cut audio off. Okay, he's not hearing us.
Greg, I'm doing an audio check. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, there we go.
You can hear us now. We're dialed in here because we hear you great. He doesn't have audio, Val.
Okay, I'm gonna text him and let him know.
I'm having a tough time hearing you guys.
Yep.
Can you hear us?
Now we're saying, can you hear us okay? Of course. You do not hear us at all, right, Senator? Okay, let's take him off. Let's take him off stage for now, Val. And
okay, I'm gonna have him rejoin.
Okay.
I will just ask him to rejoin, but I do have his policies lined up because you guys are touching on that.
Oh, yeah.
And they are amazing. So I'm going to bring it up on the screen. Greg, if you want to talk about it, take a minute while I get him signed in here, because I'm blown away. This is how you tell real from fake. And this is these are the dangerous things to stand on. That's what I call it. Dangerous things to stand on, because they're fighting obviously for freedom and faith and everything that's important in this world. And so, go away or now, take it away.
As a matter of fact, Val, can you just read those? There's a list there, and just read the top one, because it's difficult to see it on screen on my end.
Is it okay?
just read, touch base, literally just touch on every one, just what the title is and stuff. And then, of course, we'll see how we're able to get Tom back in studio here. But go ahead,
Okay.
touch on policy there.
All right. So I've let Tom know to re-sign in. And so these are his top policies. Second Amendment, he will defend our right to bear arms without compromise. No red flag laws, no weapon bans. The Second Amendment is non-negotiable. Life is precious. Sanctity of life. Life begins at conception, and he supports a complete ban on abortion except for life of the mother and will work to defund Planned Parenthood. Parental rights. Parents, not government, make decisions for their children. He opposes school secrecy policies and attacks on parental authority in making education or medical decisions for their kids. Sanctity of life. He will protect your right to worship, speak, and live according to your faith without fear of government punishment or censorship. Border security. Finish the wall. Deport criminal illegals. End taxpayer benefits for non-citizens. No amnesty, ever. No automatic citizenship for people born in the U.S. whose parents are not citizens. National debt. WV has to balance our budget each year, and so should the federal government. No excuses. Reckless spending is bankrupting our future, and he has a duty to stand up for our kids. Foreign policy, no more endless wars, no funding for enemies, inflation and economy, cut inflation by ending wasteful spending, health freedoms, no mandates, no digital health passports, and on education, very important, end neo-Marxism, such as the critical race theory and diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is known as DEI, restore real civics and history. So I'm just blown away. And the list goes on and on and on.
That's on his website, right? That's a great
yeah.
website, tomwillis.com. It has his policy, right? Go ahead, Val, just the links. It's got his policy and it's got his positions on issues. And
yeah, so even on energy. So real quick, I'll finish it off because for those watching on replay, you might be saying, okay, well, where does he sit? And he literally has it all covered here. But energy is a big one. No to the Green New Deal. Yes to West Virginia coal, gas, and energy independence. And veterans, fix the VA and woke policies in the military. Honor the warrior ethos and defend our troops. And on free speech, big tech and government should never censor your beliefs. And he will fight for online and offline. That's important, online and offline free expression, voting accountability, career politicians like Shelley Moore hide their records, and he's going to shine a light on their votes and report to you. His website is great. He's, been featured even on CNN. He's not afraid to go toe to toe with the, media. It's great. Positions, why he's running.
Yep.
It's a great website.
tomwillis.com. And don't forget, donate. Call to action is donate. Help him out here. As a side note, you mentioned his opponent. His opponent is a gal named Shelley Moore Capito. And I really wanted to ask him. And again, if we can't get him back up, we'll do it another time. But I wanted to ask him. I'm concerned about that race. It's a horse race, neck and neck. The polls are different depending on what poll you look at, but he's running for the Republican ticket, for the Republican nomination, and who's going to face the Democrat to get in the Senate, the U.S. Senate. So I wanted to ask him about that because this candidate, his opponent comes from what I would call, this is my interpretation, it's kind of rhino, family dynasty candidate. Has been, and I'll ask him this, has been just mammoth outraising him money-wise. Imagine that. But again, one or two polls show that he is indeed leading. But I wanted to ask him about that. Reserve that question where if I forget with my pre-dementia, to bring that up. But I really want.
I will make a note of that. But it's so important because when you have that dynasty money and just that almost entitlement. And they don't play politics how you or I do because of lack of ethics, morals, and when you're dealing with that, I'm really sad to hear that he has to deal with that type of war machine, because it really truly is, and all kinds of really awful tactics can be used when you have endless money. They can go after all the things that you stand for, and his ticket, is pretty dangerous in today's age when you're standing for babies and Bibles and guns. It's really dangerous. You get a target on your back. So I'm so excited when our vets rise up, because this is how you do it in the community. This is how you do it at home. This is a domestic war that we're in, because these things that he's running on are the top issues happening in our communities. And that's what this war is all about. So we have to look at it on home turf, and all you have to do is show up and vote. Think about that. Think about that, and what an honor it is to just have to do that and not have to carry a gun and go and fight that type of war. You get to go and use your pencil or your marker or whatever wisely and vote your values. And you've done your part to, save your country, because that's what this is about. When Marxist, communist crap creeps in your schools, which it is, and they take away your parental rights, when the government has authorization over your children and you do not, it's game over. That's when you have to pick a side. You have to pick a lane. So shout out to all of our vets who are going to be running this election cycle, because I believe it's the ultimate sacrifice when you're willing to stand up and draw a line in the sand. And I know how dangerous it is. So I just want you guys to know we're here for you. The Veteran Channel is on Apple, Roku, and Prime. And I'm part of the active recruiting department. We need you. So if you've retired, thank you, but you're needed. We're calling you back to deployment. And we're just starting it, one at a time, and whatever you can handle. But this is a call to action. And Greg, you're calling the troops to assignment, which is what? 1 million voters in West Virginia. This is doable. And I think we should maybe do a show that day just to remind people, or follow the traffic, or let vets get a hold of us so we know they've arrived alive. We have to make sure they're safe, because we are active, we're losing vets every day in this country. There's an attack on them. So it might be good and worthwhile to make sure that they go in groups so that they can go vote and get home safely.
So important to remember. So important to remember. I have an update here. It looks like we have technical issues. Don't know what side it's on, what have you, but Tom's definitely thanks us for being on. He's going to have to reschedule, which is a piece of cake with us, Val. We are rapid deployment. We'll reschedule him to another time. And I really thank him. I think we've presented enough info, at least so that folks know who he is.
We have a nice photo album that we could go through. If you
there you go. Let's just do that. And then what we'll do, we're a little different here, but we're probably going to wrap this early and then plan for another one. But yeah, go ahead to click through the slideshow that he had sent over. And it was fun to see some of those photos of Tom Willis. There he is. He was a Green Beret. There he is with some buddies. There's a classic photo right there. That is called a Green Beret, Val Olson.
Yeah. And that's what we want to see in our neighborhoods, in our communities here. That just screams safety in the neighborhood, doesn't it? Yeah.
There he is.
There he is, ready for whatever he faces.
Jumping out of airplanes and fun stuff.
Jumping out of airplanes.
We could have an entire show on just missions that he did around the world. And look at that. That's what it's all about there.
Yeah.
Young Green Beret with his 2 kids. He's God love his kids and his family. There's his family. Again, next time that we have him here, I'm gonna focus on a photo like that and have him chat about it. His wonderful wife Sarah. I wanted to ask him again. We're kind of reserving these questions for the next show. I was going to ask him specifically about Sarah and what she means to him. She's an angel, and I'll tell you what. I can't wait to hear that story from him personally. So, with no further ado, I think we're going to wrap up here, Val. There's so much fun stuff that we're going to talk about, and so much content that we could. But indeed, we've got a lot of info, including a little slideshow. We'll be able to tell Tom that we got a slideshow in there. But we will bring it back and have him comment on those, because I'm sure there's some cool background stories to this. But in the meantime, I thank everybody for tuning in. This was live. We had technical issues. Sometimes it happens. So we're just going to cut the show here, and definitely reschedule. We'll let folks know. And to everybody out there in our audience, we've got amazing reach. We really do have an amazing reach, Val, as do you and your broadcasting career right now. Amazing reach with the multiple shows that you do, including one based out of England. Very cool. So I'll just wrap up and thank everybody. Remember, all veterans pull together, all one team, working together towards on a continued mission, a common mission moving forward. Pay attention to Washington, D.C. these days. There's lots happening, and there will be lots happening with the elections coming up. And Val, you and I right now, we are parachuted right into D.C. as far as what's happening right now. We've really got up to the minute stuff. So very cool. Follow it closely. And in the end, at the end of any show that we do, and Val and I have been doing them for 4 years now, in the end, as I did today, I learned a lot of stuff today. I encourage everybody, wake up in kindergarten every day. There's so much to learn and so little time. Because before you know it, you're in first grade. God bless you and God love you, Val Olson. You can take the show out.
Well, thank you again to our military and law enforcement. And don't forget, we are actively recruiting. You can follow us on Apple, Roku, Prime, Greg Meekin's YouTube channel. You will find hours of bite-sized snippets from some of our shows on issues that are very important to the national security of our country and to you at home. So we are actively recruiting, and your mission starts now.
Welcome to Continue Mission Radio with Captain James McCormick. By veterans, for veterans. Guest hosts tonight are author Greg Meekin and Miss Val, our military radio gal. Continue Mission starts now.
You got me headed to the left, headed to the right, headed back and forth, but baby, it's alright. You got me going to the east, going to the west, going up and down, 'cause baby, you know best. All day, all night, running around. I'm never gonna stop because you never settle down. You got me shooting into space, flying at the sun. I'm never coming back 'cause baby, you're the
Welcome to Continue Mission.